Cougar Nations, welcome back to another interview. Today I'm here joined with Jake Retzlaff.
What's up? What's going on?
New quarterback here out of Corona, California.
Yep.
Born and raised?
Yeah, Corona and Claremont, California, which is right down the freeway, about 20 minutes.
Yeah. And so you're a quarterback that came here newly recruited. Got here, past January?
Yeah, January 9th, I believe I arrived.
January 9th. Yeah, moved into my old house, believe it or not.
I did.
Yeah. Took my spot after I got married real quick.
Yep.
No, that's cool. I appreciate you for being here.
Yeah.
You've been a good buddy to me. Plays football with me. Just how it is. Anyways, so we're kind of gonna get to know you a little bit better, Jake. So we'll start with your family life. And so, growing up, you started football. What age did you start playing at?
Flag football, probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tackle was more like 9.
Have you always been a quarterback?
No, it's funny. My first position in football was actually nose guard.
Yeah.
I was the skinniest nose guard in the world, but I was good because I knew how to just swim move like crazy or switch calves. Yeah, I was fast enough to be good. Once they got a hold of me, I had no chance. But I was fast enough to be good. Yeah, but yeah, I think I broke my wrist that first year, and so I quickly realized that hey, I want to be a quarterback, not a.
I don't really want to get hit that much.
No, yeah, exactly.
And so in tackle, what year did you actually make the switch and start really progressing as a quarterback?
It was really that next year, my 10-year-old year. I don't know what it was about quarterback, but I feel like I was good at demanding attention and leading a team, and so since I was young, I felt like I just fit there pretty well.
Yeah. So starting football, did your parents just put you into it, or was it something that you wanted to do?
Probably a combination of both. My dad was a Division III college football coach for 25 years, so I grew up at the Claremont colleges.
Okay.
And in California where I grew up, and so I grew up on the sideline of a football field running around. I think at one point I was like 4 years old, and I'm snapping as a under center for the 7-on-7 drill at practice. I really grew up on a football field, so it was pretty natural for me.
So you knew just from day one, I'm gonna be a football player. That's my life.
Football, basketball, and baseball, but football was definitely number one.
So you play basketball and baseball. Did you play those ones just as long as you play football?
Yeah, just about. I think I played baseball the longest. I think I was 5 years old when I first picked up a baseball bat, and probably younger than that even. And basketball was the same. I was really young. I think I picked them up, all three up at the same time once I was willing. The hand-eye coordination came in, and I played all three all through high school. And so,
what made you decide, between football, basketball, and baseball? When you decide, I want to take the football route?
I think in basketball was definitely not my best sport. I was undersized for what I did, and so I was not a crazy guy doing windmill dunks, so I wasn't highly recruited. So that was kind of ruled out basketball at the next level. For baseball, I think a lot of coaches told me that if I really focused hard on baseball, I could make it to the next level. But football, I just kind of knew that I was belonging to play at the next level, and at the end of the day, football gives full scholarships and baseball doesn't. So that's kind of how that turned out.
Yeah, I feel that. And so within your family, how many siblings do you have?
So I got one older brother and one younger brother. We're all 2 years apart.
Do they play sports as well?
Yeah, my older brother actually was my number one receiver and was the number one JUCO receiver in the nation last year. So
really,
it was fun. Yeah, I was number one quarterback. He was the number one receiver, and we tore it up.
Did you guys play together in high school too?
We didn't. We're 2 years, like I said.
Yeah.
So his senior year was my sophomore year, and I was not great my sophomore year, and there was 2 starting quarterbacks above me, and so.
Just had to wait your time.
So I had to take my turn. My mom would wanted to convince the coach to let me throw him a touchdown pass at some point in the season, but turns out that ended up happening a couple years later.
Yeah. How was high school football over in California?
Really competitive, really tough. We were one of the top schools in the state, and that came with playing private schools like Mater Dei and St. John Bosco, who, if you're an avid high school football fan, you know those names because they're number 1 and 2 in the nation every year.
Yeah.
So it was tough. My journey in high school football was really underwhelming because my senior year was COVID, and that was the year I kind of adopted the team as the starter. My junior year, I kind of worked my way into a 3-man rotation.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 guys ahead of me, and then we played Mater Dei our first game, and we're not playing well offensively. And so by the end of the third quarter, coach was like, "All right, Jake, you're up." and I was successful. It led 2 touchdown drives. So that got my foot in the door, and so we ended up rotating all 3 of us. And I was like,
which is something you don't really see that often.
No, you never see that. And it was what it was, and I learned a lot from that experience. But yeah, going to my senior year, those guys graduated, and it was like, all right, it's time. We're going to take this team all the way. We're going to upset those big private schools, and then COVID hit, so that ruined all my.
And they put a knife in everyone's plans, huh?
Everybody's plans, yeah.
So how did that affect you going to college? Because you decided to go the JUCO route.
Yeah, so basically with COVID came the loss of my season. We ended up playing like a 5-game season in the spring, but also lost of any in all recruiting I had. So it was really, what do we do now? We didn't know. Well, it turns out my brother was already going the JUCO route, and so I decided to go the JUCO route and bet on myself, and that I knew that if I did what I thought I could do, that I would end up earning a scholarship to a Division I football team.
And so, did you decide to go to that? Which JUCO did you end up going to?
So at first I went to Golden West College,
okay.
Which is actually in Huntington Beach. I went there because the offensive coordinator was a really close family friend, and my dad coached him and coached with him at the college level, and so we trusted him. We knew he knew what he was talking about, which you don't always find at that level. And so I took that route and ended up taking that team to an 11-1 record. It was like the first conference championship in school history, first undefeated regular season in school history. Like, we did some good things for that program, and then we ended up losing to Riverside City College in the SoCal championship, which is, of course, the school I ended up transferring to.
Can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. So after that, this past season at Riverside, we were highly successful again. Like I said, me and my brother were top in the country, and we ended up going to the state championship and losing because of some horrible weather, but that was what that was. But yeah, and so after that season, I kind of ended up here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. This is going to wind down our first part. You sure to stick around, Cougar Nation, for our second part. We're going to go a little bit more into ending up at BYU. And so thank you for watching part 1. Be sure to stick around for part 2 as well as part 3 as we go forward talking with Jake here. But thanks for watching part 1. Thank you for watching this interview. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the other 2 parts of this interview, plus all of our other interviews we do with BYU athletes. We also like to give a special thanks to our Cougar Board insiders for making this possible.